Okay, so essentially what we're looking for is just a place that's nice and comfortable for you to relax into. Okay. So again, bolster behind the backs of the knees, maybe even up behind the backs of the thighs. I know sometimes for me when I put it behind my knees, there's like a little nerve back there that sometimes gets compressed. So it feels better when it's a little bit higher. The point is, of course, you can play with that. Okay. And then if you like to place the blanket over your abdomen, you can, along the back, or of course over the whole body, over your feet. No rush, everybody, you're all good, no worries. I welcome you all. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. I think I know most of you, but my name's Lisa, for those of you I haven't had a chance to introduce myself to. And I'll welcome anybody out there online if you're out there. And then if you like, you can place your hands on your body, maybe both hands to the belly, maybe one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, or even arms down by the sides. Let's just take a moment or two to kind of cruise the attention through the body. Okay, so from the crown of the head all the way through to the soles of the feet, give yourself just a moment to notice and acknowledge how you feel physically, what's going on just in the physical plane. So this is, of course, inclusive of places that feel a little tight or tense or sore. Maybe there are places that are injured or just need some extra attention as we move through our practice. We want to give ourselves a moment to acknowledge that. But then, of course, a chance to notice everything else that's present in the body. The things that don't hurt, right? That are feeling just fine, that feel strong and capable. And then we even allow that awareness to fall away as you move your attention now to your breathing. Just watch the wave-like motion of your breath. As it moves in and out of the lungs. Maybe even at the top of your inhale, give a little bit of a pause before allowing the breath to release out. And of course, if you like, you can release out through the mouth. But even if you exhale through the nose, I encourage you to relax the jaw and the neck and the shoulders. And we'll even start to lengthen the exhale breath just a little bit. So here's a little tip on your breath. That if you are looking for a deeper breath or simply to calm down, lengthening your exhale is a really great place to start. Psychologically, even physiologically, this initiates the energy that helps you release and let go. And it will also spur on a deeper inhale. The inhale, of course, that which we take in, that which helps move us forward. And so it's also kind of this very sweet little metaphor for whatever it is we're wanting to call in. First, we have to be willing to let go. So as you connect or stay connected to your breathing, begin now to notice what's present in your mind, thoughts or a feeling or a mood. And same thing, we're just going to work to let that go. Just imagine it dissolving away on your exhale. And then calling forth a state of mind that is clear and bright and luminous and one-pointed. And so you might see or sense this intention come into the mind's eye, right, through an image or maybe a feeling or even a word. And then we'll revisit the little pause at the top of your inhale. That might be a little bit more accessible now. We're beginning to build prana in the body. So the idea is that the more and more energy we have within our physical form, the better we feel. The more we'll have to dissolve things away, the more we have to process, the more we have to purify. They even say one of the definitions of a yogi is one who has energy in their spine. The spine, of course, the central channel, the location of the central channel. And so you might even now just cruise your attention up and down the length of the spine. The curves of the lumbar, the cervical spine. And now body relaxed and mind focused. Just a few more breaths here. Just really kind of getting ourselves into that meditative space of the mind. Getting a little distance from whatever this day has held. And just connecting into the here and now. Now take another deep inhale breath. Fill your lungs all the way full. Little pause at the top of your inhale. Then exhale everything out. Gently let your hands slide down to the front of your hip joints and just rub little circles on your hips for a moment. Just really feel the weight of the hips where the thighs and the hip joint meet. And then just hold the hands here and kind of press down towards the floor. Now bend your knees, bring them feet onto the bolster, and then eventually knees into the chest. And just give yourself a little hug and feel free to rock from side to side. You're welcome to rotate your knees around in a circle a couple times one way, and a couple times the other way. And then take another inhale as you exhale, pull the knees into the chest, and now extend the right leg to the sky. And either place your left foot onto the bolster or the floor, or you could even extend your left leg. And with your hands around the back of the right hamstring, just pause and rotate your right foot around in a circle. Spread your toes and squeeze them in. Rotate your foot the opposite way. Take another inhale, another exhale. And then inhale, kick up through your heel. Just kind of lengthen the back of the leg. Spread the toes. As you exhale, point the toes to the sky. And do that again. Inhale, flex the foot. Exhale and point. One more time, flex the foot. Inhale. Exhale and point your toes. Good. Now flex your foot on your inhale and hold here as you exhale. Just lengthen up through the back of the leg, but with your hands, kind of drive the thigh bone down toward the floor. Now extend your left leg and you can just kind of rest on the bolster there. Release your right thumb to your right hip and take your left hand to the outside of the right leg. Now inhale and exhale, gently draw your right leg across to the left, but keep your right hip rooted to the floor. So we're not really twisting the spine. This is more to stretch the outer IT band, the outer hip. Now flex through your foot on your inhale and especially press through the inside of your foot, like the inner heel, the inner ball of the foot. With your right thumb, kind of press your right hip away toward the front of the room and then drop your hip down toward the floor. Oh, breathe in and out. Try and relax any effort that shows up in the shoulders and the neck and the jaw. Imagine the IT band, this kind of band of tendon-like tissue that runs down the side of the leg, starts to open. Imagine the connective tissue releasing. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Great. Inhale, bring your leg back to center and then bend the knee. Place your foot to the floor or onto the bolster and then lift the left leg to the sky. And then same thing over here, hands around behind the back of the left hamstring. Start by rotating the left foot around in a circle. Just a couple times one way and a couple times the other. Spread the toes and squeeze them in, right? Then we'll flex the foot, kick up through your heel, inhale. Exhale and point your toes. And do that again. Inhale, flex. Exhale and point. One more time. Inhale, flex the foot. And then point your toes. Good. Now flex your foot on your inhale and exhale. Stay here. So when I press, I even feel this, like the thigh presses into the hands. Really more about the ankle, the knee, and the hip aligning than anything. So we're working towards the psoas, releasing in the psoas rather than the hamstring. Okay, now take another inhale, another exhale. Release the right leg straight. Release the hands, left thumb to the left hip, right hand around the outside of the left leg. And you're just going to draw the left leg toward the right, but again, left hip stays rooted to the floor. And now flex through your left foot, push especially through the inside of the foot. And then ground the left thumb to the hip crease, press the thigh away, and then down toward the floor. And now relax the shoulders and the neck and the jaw. Breathe. Good. Remember your intention, focus the mind. Take another inhale and one more exhale. Good. Inhale, bring the leg back to center. Exhale and place the leg, just extend the leg onto the floor again. And now relax here. Take an inhale and exhale. Reach your arms up and over your head. And then exhale, pause. Take another inhale, reach and lengthen. Then exhale, bring the hands to the third eye center in prayer. Take a moment to remember the intention you set here, the focus for the mind, the clarity of the mind, so the state of sattva. Then take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And now a moment to dedicate our practice. So of course, there's so much value that we personally can get from a mind that is clear. Remember also what that does for the whole. And our practice is very much tied to how we interact with the world, with one another, and that we are really ultimately looking to share with others our hearts, our light, this space, even the whole experience. And so to anyone that you hold at your heart, a moment just to send waves of love and support and compassion their way. Then take a nice deep breath in, fill up again. As you exhale, the hands release down. One more time, just a little rub on the front of the hip joints. And then we'll bend the knees, roll to the right or the left, whichever way you'd like to go. Use your upper arm as a little pillow for your head, the opposite hand to the floor in front of the heart. Just rest there for a moment. Breathe in and out. Feel the breath now in the back of the body. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, press the floor away and come up to seated position. And just kind of move the bolster from out in front of you. And then cross the ankles and sit up nice and tall through the spine. If you want to sit up on a blanket or your bolster or your block or something, please feel free to. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. Allow your eyes to close. And then once again, just paint your awareness up and down the length of the spine. So we know, of course, along the central channel, bless you, the chakras reside, right? These vortices of energy. It's really where they say 2 or more energy lines converge. And a chakra is comprised of 3 components, 3 things. An element, psychology or chittam, memories, thoughts, and energy or prana. And just start to rotate the torso around in a circle. So as we bring more energy into the body, we begin to affect these energy centers and change, how they are. Ultimately, the more energy we bring to a particular place, the more that stuff starts to come to surface. And that stuff, particularly and specifically, I mean like our psychology, the fears that we hold in the roots, the love that we have in our hearts, the emotions that are held in the body. Now pause and take your torso to rotate the opposite way. So we want to create the space for that stuff to come to surface, ultimately so we can release it and let it go from the body, not having to hold on to it in the physical form. And there's a really beautiful practice called Laya Yoga. Laya means to dissolve. That says that we take whatever comes up in the particular area and dissolve it into the element of that area. Just come up to center on your inhale and exhale, pause. And now a seated cat and cow. So lift your heart, carry your gaze towards the ceiling, roll the shoulders back. Exhale and curl the shoulders forward, scoop the tailbone, tuck the chin to the chest. And then do that again. Inhale, lift open the heart. Roll the shoulders back, breathe into the chest, exhale and curl in. Great. Again, inhale, nice and deep with the breath, soft and sweet with your movements. Exhale to curl. And then one more time, just like that. Inhale, breathe into the chest, exhale and curl. Navel and shoulders forward. Good. Come up to seated on your inhale. Exhale, pause. We'll take a little twist. So whichever way you want to go, one hand to a knee, the other hand to the floor behind you. Take an inhale as you lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale and gently turn over the back shoulder. Now notice whichever way you turn the gaze, ground the opposite hip to the floor. So I'm looking over my left shoulder. I'm going to root my right hip to the floor. Now I lengthen through the crown of my head. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, pull the belly button in. Maybe twist a little deeper. Stay for one more inhale here. One more exhale. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale and twist the opposite way. Good. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, draw the navel in, look over the back shoulder. Remember, root the opposite hip to the floor. And then inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, the navel draws in as you twist. One more deep breath in here. One more breath out. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And then I'll have you extend both legs forward out in front of you. Just bring your hands behind you, your fingers to face back. Just roll some weight into the hands and lift the heart. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Take an inhale and exhale. Let your head gently drop back, but not so far that the throat just opens and the neck relaxes. Keep your neck engaged. Yeah, good. Take another inhale. So, of course, this energy moves up into the crown of the head. It's one of the release points through the crown. So you can let some of that energy dissolve through the crown chakra. Now inhale, come back up onto the sitting bones. And as you exhale, gently slide your hands forward towards your ankles, but don't worry about how far forward you go. Okay, now just shift your weight from side to side and kind of scoop your sitting bones back behind you, out from underneath the body. And then come to center, take an inhale, lift the heart, and as you exhale, fold forward. Draw the chin slightly in, but just like you lengthened the neck in the front part a moment ago, now think of lengthening the back of the neck. So, so the chin draws in, but not all the way towards the chest. Good. Take one more inhale into the heart, one more exhale, pull the belly button in and fold. Good. And then inhale, come up to seated. Now draw your right foot with you, or right leg with you, and place it to the upper inner thigh of your left leg. Bring your hands out in front of you, or here's where you could grab your blocks and place your blocks out in front of you. Okay, now flex your left foot so your leg is active, right? But not so much that it's very active. Take an inhale, lift the heart, and then exhale and fold forward. So attentive without rigid, right? We want active without alert. And what a balance, right? So this idea that we can be strong and soft at the same time, that we can have stability and yet ease. It's really a practice, of course, to balance these things. Sometimes the leg over-engages. Sometimes the leg under-engages. So we want to find that sweet spot, and the rub is that it'll be different every single day. But that is also wherein lies the practice. And so how do you know? But you look to your breathing. The breath, we want to be nice and calm and steady and even all the way through, right? No matter what position the body's in. No matter what sensations are there. Okay, take one more inhale right into the front of the heart. Kind of lift the chest a little bit. One more exhale to fold forward. Good, then inhale, come up to seated. Release the right leg forward. Switch sides, bring your left leg in. Sole the foot to the right inner thigh or down to the calf if that feels better for your knee. And then hands again around either side of your shin. Take an inhale, lift the heart, and as you exhale, just gently fold forward and check in with the engagement of your right leg. It's the same, I think, in the attitude in the mind. Is how can my mind be aware of what's happening here and now, and yet also relaxed to what's going on internally, to what gets released when I come into these positions, what I feel and sense. Now remember, one of the big kind of aids in the creating a sattvic mind and maintaining a sattvic mind is the practice of pratyahara, the withdrawing of the senses inward. So this is when the eyes gently close, when your lips seal, when the body's movements cease, and when even the sense of hearing moves inward. And then everything becomes more and more alive internally. The thoughts that I speak to myself in my head, the things that I hear beyond those thoughts, the things I feel internally. And that way we can awaken a deeper knowing, our intuitive mind. Take one more breath in here. Lift the heart just a little bit. One more breath out as you fold forward. Then release back up to seated. Extend the left leg forward in front of you. Let's bring the hands behind you one more time. Fingers face back. Place some weight into the hands. Lift the heart. Take an inhale and exhale. You can even kind of shift your weight from side to side. It's an interesting little stretch for the lower back there. You might feel something, you might not, right? Take another inhale, come to center, lift the heart, one more exhale. And then we'll release back onto the sitting bones, and really now we'll come onto all fours, okay? Remember, if you'd like to pad your knees, you can use your blanket. You could wrinkle up the mat also. Okay, spread your fingers like rays from the sun, and when you come onto all fours, gently just shift your hips from right to left. Then we'll take the hips around in a circle, so to one direction, back over the heels and to the other side. And let that movement in the hips kind of be found or reverberate through the shoulders and the head and the neck and the jaw. Notice how the weight shifts around from the knees to the hands, from the right to the left. Then pause and take the hips to rotate the opposite way. And as you go the other direction, notice if there's any imbalance. Maybe one side that pushes faster than another, one that engages more than another. You just work to apply the opposite. So if you feel your right hand really active, just try and relax the work in the right hand and use more the left. Go around one more time, inhale and exhale, come to center, and then pause. And now cat and cow, drop the belly, lift the gaze, inhale. Exhale and round the spine. Let your breath guide the depth, right? Inhale, lift open the heart. Broaden the collarbones, reach through the crown, the tailbone, and then exhale again, curl in. So now within the body, there's the rhythm, the expansion, and the contraction. The natural movement of things. One more time, drop the belly, lift the gaze. In your own time, no rush. Exhale, curl in. Then inhale, come back to center. Now you're going to draw your knees together. Bring your feet a little wider than your hips. And some of you may need to grab a block or even want to grab a block and place it between your feet so your hips are nice and high. Maybe you use both blocks. Don't worry about how many blocks you use. We're going to be here for a minute. Okay, so I want you to be comfortable. Now, knees together, feet slightly apart. We're going to do alternate nostril breath here. So you're going to take the right hand of your, two peace fingers of your right hand. So is this my right hand? Two peace fingers come in, and then ring finger to the left nostril and thumb to the right. Okay, I'm just going to rest them there. Ring finger to left nostril, thumb to right. Now take an inhale through both nostrils and exhale through your mouth. Good, do that again. Inhale through both. Exhale through your mouth. Awesome. Now plug the right and inhale through the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale left. Good. Again, inhale left. We'll stay with that same 5 count. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Again, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. One more time. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Good. Release your right hand down now to the top of the thighs. And just breathe in and out. On your inhale, extend both arms to the ceiling above the crown of your head and interlace your fingers, press the palms towards the sky. You can keep your eyes closed or gently allow the eyes to get heavy. Maybe a little half open of the eyes, little Buddha eyes. Let your shoulders roll back and down and pull the navel in. And then on your inhale from the inside, grow a little bit longer. Exhale again and stay. Root down through the sitting bones. Take one more inhale like you're right here. Stretch up. Then exhale, gently bend to one side. As far over as you can go with the weight still rooted in your hips. Take an inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale, then back up to center. Lengthen out of the waist. Exhale and stretch to the opposite side. Just pause there and breathe in and out. Relax the shoulders and the neck and the jaw. Inhale up to center, lengthen out of the waist. Then exhale, release the hands down. Walk the hands forward and come out of your knees. If you had a block underneath, you can just remove it to one side. And now take your right leg behind you, just straighten the leg. Plant the ball of the foot to the floor and pulse back through your heel for a moment. Then just hold, push back through the heel as you lift open through the front of the chest. Inhale and exhale. Set your right knee to the ground, switch sides, extend your left leg back. Ground the ball of the foot to the floor and pulse back through your heel a few times. And then hold there, push through the heel, take an inhale and exhale. Set your knee onto the ground again, cat and cow, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale and round the spine. Good. Inhale to neutral spine. Now walk the hands back once again on the knees, lift the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Set your hands to your hips and step your left foot forward now into lunge. If you like, of course, grab your blocks as you bring your left foot forward. And we'll bend the left knee nice and deep. So your knee comes past the ankle. Then straighten your leg on your inhale. And bend your knee on your exhale. We'll just move in and out of it a few times. Inhale, straighten the leg. So move at your own pace. Exhale and bend your knee. Move with your own breath. We'll go one more time, straighten the leg. And then exhale, bend the knee. Now you can stay here, your hands to your block, so you can place the hands to the thigh, or if you like, extend the arms to the ceiling. Breathe in and out. And just like we did with the spine and our attention a little bit ago, move your awareness from the sole of your right foot all the way through the crown of your head. If your arms are extended, reach them through the arms as you bend the left knee. Relax the shoulders back and down. Take another inhale breath here. One more exhale. Good. Place your hands to your blocks. Now you're going to curl the back foot under, straighten both legs, and step your right foot forward. Ground the sole of your right foot to the earth. So pyramid pose. Good. Breathe in and out. So you want to step the right foot up just enough you can ground the sole of the foot to the floor. Then your hands onto your blocks. This will help you even out your hips. So think about moving your left hip up and back. And if you like, bring your left thumb to your left hip. Just like we did on the floor a moment ago or a little while ago, press your left hip toward the back of the room. Now lengthen, think of lengthening the left side from the hip to the ribs, grow a little longer. And exhale, maybe fold forward. As you lengthen back through the left hip, ground down through the inside of your left foot. So there we're creating kind of a lengthening for that outer leg, just like we done on the floor a bit ago. Now it's just a little different. Okay, take another inhale, lengthen through the heart. One more exhale and fold forward. Then step your back foot up to the top of your mat. Inhale and exhale, fold over both legs. Hands to your shins, lift up halfway. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Parallel to the floor, exhale and fold over your legs. Relax your head, neck, jaw. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Do that one more time, halfway lift. Inhale and exhale to fold forward. And then just relax here for a breath or two. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe nod your head a little yes or shake your head no. You can relax the shoulders, let your arms soften toward the floor. Just one more breath in. One more breath out. Then slowly round the back. Bend your knees. Walk your hands up the legs or let your arms be heavy. Or just curl all the way up. Just one vertebrae at a time. You come up to stand. Soften the knees a little bit, especially if you feel a little lightheaded. Rotate your shoulders around. Shake out the arms and give a little shake through both legs. Okay. Start to bounce a little bit. Just side to side or up and down. Just heels maybe staying rooted or lifting. You could even take this to little hops above the earth. Let your arms shake. Shaking is actually really very healing for the body. We sometimes just get self-conscious about it. So if that's happening for you, just close your eyes. Everyone dissolves when the eyes close. Just bouncing. Okay. Shake your shoulders out, shake your head, shake your hips, and down the legs. And then just like a few more moments. So get it all out. You can even shake out your lips a little bit, your cheeks. Okay. And then come to stand at the top of the mat. Just let your body become still and notice the vibrations through the body from the shaking. Okay, steady the breath, steady the mind. Take an inhale and exhale. Good. Lift the arms to the sky as you breathe in, reach up. Exhale and fold forward. Stretch out and down, soften the knees. Relax the head. Good. Lift up halfway, inhale. Now as you exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. And plant your left knee to the ground. Then inhale your hands to your blocks. As you exhale, bend the right knee deeply. And now on your inhale, straighten your right leg. You can take your blocks with you if you like. Exhale and bend. Leave your blocks where they are. Just move into the body. Good. We'll do one more time. Straighten your leg on your inhale. And then one more exhale to bend the knee. And now hold here. Your hands can stay on your blocks. They can come to your knee. Or if you like, lift the arms towards the sky. And now with your attention and awareness, move from the sole of the left foot all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond through the hands. Just follow the energy. Right? Breathe in and out. Let your shoulders relax back and down. Soften the eyes. Relax your jaw. Take one more inhale. And one more exhale. The inhale, then the hands to the blocks. Curl the back foot under. Straighten both legs. And then pyramid pose on this side. So left foot steps forward enough. You can ground the sole of the left foot to the floor. It's important always to have foundation, right? Always to be rooted where you are. Now we do the same thing, only now on the right side. So lift your right hip up a little and stretch it back. If you like, take your right thumb to your right hip and kind of press it toward the back of the room. But then ground down through the inside of the right foot. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold forward. Good, just a couple more breaths here. Remember, in the pose, aligned but relaxed. On your inhale, step the back foot forward. Exhale and fold over both legs. Good. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Bend the knees, curl the spine or lift the arms straight up to the sky. Straighten the legs then. And now hands to heart center. Great. Bring your arms by the sides and step your feet just a little wider than your hips. Maybe even the width of the mat or a little wider. And now just shift your hips from side to side. And bend your knee as you move to that side. So my hips go right, bend the right knee. And then to the other side. Start to rotate the hips around in a circle. This is another one of those self-conscious things, so just close your eyes. Breathe in and out. Notice how the body rotates. This is really great for hip mobility. Even if there's not a lot, right? Pause and rotate the hips the other way. I think it's very easy for us to come into our practice and say, oh, it has to look this way. Or after X number of classes or years, that it should be, like the way the mind thinks. But it doesn't always work that way, right? Come back to center. And now you're going to take figure eights with your hips, like you're writing a figure eight on the floor between your feet or around the foot, crossing in the center. You can't think about this one too much. Just breathe in and out. Feel the fluidity in the hips. So in this lower part of the areas where the earth element is, but also where water element is. Now pause and rotate the opposite way. We've had a lot of water lately. It's really good. It's really cleansing. Sometimes it's depressing. But we know everything is temporary. Everything changes. Everything shifts. Water is life. Good. Come back to center. Take an inhale and exhale. Now bring your hands behind the back of the hips. Press them forward gently. Lift your heart. Inhale, exhale, lean back. Draw the shoulders on the back. Keep your breath flowing, right? Inhale and exhale. Especially in places where it's hard to flow. One more breath in and one more breath out. Good. Inhale up to center. Exhale, lower the hands down. Bring your feet back together, just hip width distance really. Take an inhale as you exhale, pause, arms by the sides. Inhale, lift your hands to the ceiling. And then fold forward on your exhale. Now you'll grab your blocks again, lift up halfway on your inhale. Step your right foot to the back of the mat and then pivot both feet to the side and take your blocks with you. Okay. Now with the torso lifted parallel to the floor, take an inhale. And as you exhale, bend the right knee. Then straighten your right leg on your inhale and bend to the left as you exhale. And now as we move from side to side, adjust the stance for your body, which means you may want to go a little bit wider. You may want to go a little more narrow. I don't know, try them out, right? Remember that this is what we're here to do, is figure out like what's best here and now. I think sometimes we, along with the expectation that the body be able to do some things or that we be someplace because we think we're supposed to, part of our practice is just allowing ourselves to be where we are. Straighten the legs on your inhale. Turn your toes a little bit in and now fold forward. Maybe your elbows onto your blocks. Bend your knees a little bit and shift the weight into the feet or keep your weight in your feet. And then if you like, we can extend both arms really far in front of you. You can even take your blocks here for this guy. It's like a wide-legged downward dog with no weight in your hands. Okay, you're going to let your heart drop toward the floor, in effect stretching the shoulders, the armpits. And imagine that somebody had your hips and they're kind of pulling them back. So the weight is in the feet. Weight is in the legs. And the arms are just resting on the blocks, like as just a place to reach them. Kind of the expanse of the body. Take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Now walk the hands back. Take an inhale and exhale. Place your right hand to the floor underneath you and inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. Now just pause for a moment. If it's better, place your left hand onto your hip or even the hand onto the small of the back. Take an inhale, lengthen out of the torso. As you exhale, turn the heart open toward the front of the room. Roll the left shoulder back. Take one more breath in. Reach up. One more breath out and twist. Lower your left hand to the floor. Inhale, lift the right arm to the sky. Stay here, hold. Maybe right hand onto the hip if you prefer, or the small of the back. Less about what happens with the hands, more about cultivating the twist in the spine. Take an inhale to lengthen. One more exhale, navel draws in as you turn the heart open, and then inhale to lengthen, And on your exhale, fold forward. Release your right hand to the floor. Good. Fold forward. Take an inhale and exhale. And now come all the way back up to standing. Walk the hands up the legs or hands to hips. Exhale, pause. Okay, now you're going to toe and heel your feet together. So if there's a block or something or blankets in between, you might shift those out of the way. You're going to go heels in. That's outer rotation of the hip joint, hip thigh. And then toes in, inner rotation. And then do that again. A couple more times till you come back, feet together. Good. Turn to step to the top of your mat on your inhale and exhale, pause. Let's just do a little balance. Okay, so you'll place the weight into your right foot and take your left foot to the floor in front of you. Just touch the toe onto the floor. Now take an inhale and bring your leg out to the side. And as you exhale, bring your leg back behind you. Okay, now inhale the leg to the side and exhale the leg in front. That's it. Okay, inhale, extend the leg out. Exhale and bring it back. Now you can keep your toe on the floor as we rotate around, or you can bring your foot up and off the earth. Bring it out to the side, strengthening outer hip, and then back. Good. Inhale. Exhale it forward. Let's go one more time. We're still halfway around the world. Exhale. Good. Inhale to the side and then exhale in front of you. And now stay here. Take an inhale, flex the foot. Exhale, bend the standing knee. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take an inhale and exhale. Release the legs straight, arms by the sides. Inhale and exhale. Shake it out a little bit. Okay. And then let's do the other side. So weight goes into the left foot now. Right foot comes out in front of you, right? Inhale and exhale. You find your balance in this left leg. Now inhale the leg to the side. Exhale, the leg comes back. Squeeze your glute. And inhale the leg out. Exhale it forward. Pull the belly button in. Inhale the leg out. Exhale the leg back. Same thing, you can touch the toe to the floor, or you can bring the toe off the earth, the leg hovering, foot hovering above the floor. Just hit those 3 spots, this outer adaptation with the hip, and then the leg forward, hip flexor, outer hip, and then glute as you move back. Again to the side. Exhale it forward. One more time around the world, or halfway. Inhale to the side, and now bring it forward on your exhale and hold. Flex your foot. Bend your standing knee. Bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale and exhale. Strong core. Relax the eyes. One more breath in. Then exhale, release. Lower the foot to the floor. Relax the arms. Nice job, you guys. Inhale, both arms to the ceiling. Forward fold on your exhale. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog pose now. So hands to the floor, hips to the ceiling. Feel free to pedal out your legs. You can also just do child's pose if you prefer. If you are in downward dog, give yourself a few moments to pedal the legs out and then hold the pose. Let your head relax. Pull the navel in as you lift up through your sitting bones. Take another inhale, another exhale. And now inhale onto your knees. Knees as wide as your mat, big toes touch, child's pose. You could do this supported variation if you like. Place the bolster beneath or underneath the front of the chest. Maybe even snuggle it between the legs a little bit. And then you could set your hand, your head onto your hands if you like out in front of you, or the chin onto the bolster. Or you turn to one side, and I'll let you know when we're halfway through. Okay, breathe in and out. Feel the breath in the back of the body. Surrender the forehead toward the floor. And now listen internally for the sound of Om. As you exhale, you might allow the resonance of Om to just reverberate through the mind, through the whole body. We say that Om is the sound that resonates in all sounds. sound of the cosmos represents the states of consciousness, waking, dreaming, and dreamless. And even guides us to the space beyond the mind, the state of Turiya. Take one more breath in. One more deep breath out. Now you'll slide all the way forward onto your belly. So if you have the bolster, just slide it out from underneath you. You come all the way down onto the ground and stack the hands. Rest your forehead to your hands. Give a little wiggle of your hips from side to side, or feel free to bend your knees and drop your feet from side to side. The next time the feet drop to the right, just let them hang out there for a moment. Then bring the feet back to center and let them drop to the left. And let them hang out there for a moment or two. Good, then inhale the knees back to center, legs back to center. Extend them onto the floor. Lift your head and come up onto your elbows. So this is an interesting little, they call this a resting pose, and I forgot what it's called. But you bring your head just right onto the hands. So your body's laying on the floor. Elbows are on the floor. Your hands just rest around your chin. And then you can work your elbows forward or back toward you. You want to draw the elbows close in. The point is the curve it gives to the spine. So you kind of let your head, rest heavy in your hands. And depending on how this feels in your neck or the rest of your spine, your elbows can go forward or closer toward you. So this is another one you can kind of play with a little bit. Especially relax the shoulders. Let them draw down and away from the ears. Surrender your lower back. Let it drop toward the floor. And feel relaxation all down the legs. All the way to the soles of the feet. A couple more breaths here. Kind of giving the curvature of the spine a little zhuzh, if you will. Okay, let's do one more breath in. One more breath out. Good. And then extend the arms forward out in front of you. Let your forehead just rest on the floor. Pranam Dandasana. This full prostration to the mother. Just a moment to remember in these days where we celebrate the nurturing our mothers give. May we remember the great mother, the one from which we are all nurtured, to which we will all return. And all that she gives over and over and over again, all that she works to correct, even as we, do our human thing. Maybe there are even ways you could contemplate that you walk a little lighter on her surface. Take one more inhale, one more exhale, and now we'll have you roll over onto your backs. Okay. Bring your, roll over onto your backs. Bring your feet onto the floor up by your hips. And just pause there for a moment. Give a little sway of the knees from side to side. Then walk the feet as wide as the mat. Knock your knees together and place your hands onto your abdomen and just breathe in and out here. Okay, take one more breath in and one more breath out. Now release, bring your knees back to center. Just give them a little squeeze into the chest. Set your left foot on the floor and take your right ankle to the top of the left leg. Feel free to interlace the hands behind the left hamstring. And then the left leg can reach up towards the sky, or you can bend it completely. I'm just going to pause here in this kind of supine variation of pigeon. Feel free to move from side to side or around in a circle. There's some interesting things that happen here, I think, when you bring in some movements. But listen to your body, of course, always. You're the one that knows it best. Then you'll settle back to center. Take another inhale, another exhale. Gently release and switch sides. Left ankle to the right knee. Hands around the right hamstring, and you can extend the right leg straight or bend it completely or somewhere in between, and then just kind of, again, rock from right to left or rotate in a circle one way and then the other. We just want to provide the space and opportunity for the body to release. The body holds so much wisdom, so much of our life experience. I just want to give it a chance to let it go, right? Releasing so we can draw more in. Now come to center, another inhale, another exhale, and then lower the feet onto the floor. Okay, now we'll come into our final posture of Shavasana, and you can go back to where we began, or I will offer you this other variation in Shavasana that you can use too. You'll take the blocks onto the floor, like at the end of the mat, and then place the bolster on top of the blocks. And then you can set your calves to the top of the bolster. It's similar to what we did at the beginning of practice, only a little more elevated. Like literally and figuratively. So your feet are elevated rather than being on the floor. This descends the thigh bones a little bit more into the pelvis, which just will help you relax. And then, of course, the blanket over your abdomen. And, of course, if there's any other variation of Shavasana you would appreciate, you can go there, of course, too. Okay. Now you just let everything settle in, your whole body relax. Your whole body be held. From the crown of the head all the way through to the soles of the feet. Let's try and let go. No place else to go, nothing else to do. Feel the breath move in and out as it chooses. Soften and relax the mind. Imagine all the thoughts just kind of tumbling to the back of the head. You might even imagine the brain heavy in the skull. Sense light all around. A deep remembrance of your spirit. A spirit that animates this physical form. The same force that moves the tides, that orbits the planets, that brings the flowers in spring, and that allows the leaves to release in fall. And inflows a deep remembrance that you are not separate from any of that.
In fact, very much you remember how completely a part of it you are. All things are a part of you, and you a part of all things. And release into this place all of your worries, your stresses, your anxieties. And from this place, you are surrounded with deep trust. Jaya Jaya Devi Mata Namaha. 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 Slowly, please begin to bring awareness back to your physical body. Slowly begin to move your fingers and toes. Start to rotate the wrists and ankles. And then when you're ready, extend both arms up and overhead. Reach all the way from fingers to toes. Bring your knees to your chest and give yourself a great big hug. Being of this divine force. And remember all that is good and all that is beautiful inside. And you can roll to the right or the left, and when you're ready, we'll come up to a comfortable seat. Just turn gently to face forward. And as you come back into Sukhasana, this easy seated pose, bring your hands together at the center of the heart. And take a moment just to feel a wave of gratitude wash through you. I've been listening to this podcast with this Buddhist monk. It's called The Way Out is In. I can get that for you later if you're interested. But there's this whole episode on gratitude and how important it is that we remember what we are grateful for. And that when we are in a place of gratitude, that we really can be in a present moment and can choose happiness and joy, for we remember all that we have. Simply gratitude for this moment. But as you also remember everything else in your life, I think that's what also happens with the practice of gratitude is we begin to remember all the little things. And of course, all the profoundly the things we're profoundly grateful for as well. So a beautiful practice to bring into our lives. Let's seal with a chant of Om, but first take a deep breath in. Exhale everything out. Inhale for Om. As you exhale, just bow the chin to the chest. Honor the love and compassion that lies in your heart and the hearts of all beings, the teacher that guides our way. You know the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all so much for being here. Profound gratitude for all of you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your night and take good care of yourselves. Hopefully we'll see you again real soon. Much love.
Oh, go ahead. Thank you.